Well, we're still at Sutter Creek Gallery, and now we're with Aaron Bullock, who is a gourd artist. So we're going to get a view of a different type of art than we've filmed before.
Right, right. And I'm just starting my 5th year, and I never had any art training.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't at all, and I decided I always loved art. All my life I've gone to galleries and kind of oohed and awed over it. Oh, I wish I could do that. My cousin is a great artist, and I always kind of put him up there, and I thought, well, I'm not even going to get into it because he won't be there.
Oh.
But finally, I just said in my older age here, I said, the heck with it. I'm just going to have fun with it and see where it takes me. And so I've had a lot of fun. I'm the president of the local gourd patch, and I've got a lot of activities I'm doing.
What is that, the local gourd?
Gourd, amateur gourd patch.
Patch?
Amateur gourd artist. Yeah, we call ourselves a patch because
Oh.
everybody grows their gourds, right? I don't, but I mean.
Oh, the gourds grow in patches.
So we call they patches like pumpkins, like squash, and they look like, that's what they look like. People will think that pumpkins are squashes out there.
Oh.
But it's gourds, and they come out in green, and they have a shell on them, and they're all moldy and ugly, and then we clean them off and make work out of them and make things out of them. And so that's fun. They're all different. That's what I like about them. They're a different palette. I don't have one
Yes.
little palette. I say, what do you want to be? And I try to communicate with them, find out, what do you want to be? Let's work together.
Yeah.
And of course, they've lied to me sometimes. So I had to toss them a little bit.
Well, they've had,
Yeah.
yes, and I can see there's such a variety here.
Yeah, I call it my eclectic collection. I have a lot of things that interest me, and I try things. I do a little series here, then I'll move on to another series of things. And I've actually been to a couple of shows.
I
did
see
okay.
you have some ribbons,
Yeah,
lots
I
of
got
ribbons.
a couple of lucky breaks there.
Oh, that's
And,
not luck. That's not
and,
luck.
I,
They don't call it artwork.
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Well, now I'm going to try the fair, and we have some of our best artists that are going to be there. And I
Yes.
said, well, I still have to do it. Support the fair. Support the fair. Yeah.
To support the fair
And,
and just let other people see your work.
Yeah, and these 3 are my newest, and the one on the end there, those are my 3. That's the last one I did.
Wow.
And I've come up with my own pigments. And
Oh, how did you do that?
well, I have a friend who's been doing it for years, and she shared it with me. So I make my own, and they really hold color. They bring dimension out, and they have a lot of depth to them.
Yes.
And I go layer and layer and layer, and anyway, it comes out. It just came out great. I mean, I just love the way the freedom that I have, and I did that one this week.
The one on the
Yeah,
end?
the one he's shooting now.
And what about this?
That
this
was one of my first. And
Really?
Yeah, and that was kind of a copy, I hate to say, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
And so that was one of my first. It's a Rivera
So-
copy. And I just saw pictures of it, and I said, well, and I changed up some things, but if people that know the artist say, oh, that's a Rivera, I said, well, that's a copycat. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't do that anymore. I don't copy anymore. I just do all original.
Well,
but I
it's a
was
good way
starting, and I
to-
wanted to, get technique down and things like that.
That's
so.
a good way to do it. They
Well,
say that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and I loved what he did. The man's one of my favorite artists in the world. He just lives down in New Mexico, and just incredible artist. So,
Yes.
Anyway, I did a lot of wood burning, and
Oh.
this is all wood burning. This is my American Heroes
Look at
series,
that.
and I have a little history on each of these people.
Oh, wow.
Ella de Rivera, she was a granddaughter of a French fur trader, and she wrote the first Sioux dictionary and the grammar of books and things
Wow.
like that. One of the first college-educated Native American ladies.
Oh.
This is oh gosh, Pretty Shield, and she was a Crow medicine woman, and she wrote a book back in 1932. Let's see, what was it? Medicine Woman of the Crows.
Oh, wow.
And that was quite a big hit that day. Sitting Bull, we all know about him. Custer knew him better than anybody.
And you have had no art training.
No,
Look at those.
no.
And
I just,
burning it, wood
And
burning
here's
it.
American Horse. He was one of the great diplomats. He gave the U.S. one of their worst defeats. And then later on, he became a diplomat in Washington, D.C., and went up for the Indian rights. And I'm not Indian or anything. I'm just interested in the culture.
Oh, sure.
I'm
glad.
You can see I have a lot of
Helps.
different interests. I like the bird wildlife and things like that. I mean, I just have a whole different thing. We had a theme here a couple of months ago, And so I had to do something with a garden theme.
Oh, this is the garden theme.
Sort of. This was a garden theme. And so I said, well, this is kind of out of my realm a little bit. So anyway, but I came up with some things, the little my wood burning.
And that looks like you have some leather on it?
Yeah, I put a little leather. I dyed the leather because I wanted to make it a little green tinge to match the leaves and stuff. And this is all leather of some of these I used.
And how did you integrate the beading? That beading's wonderful.
Actually, I would call it faux beading.
Faux beading.
I have a little bottle of, I put a little drop on and it turns into a bead.
Oh.
And I have different colors.
Really?
I put my wood burning down. It works wonderfully. It doesn't fade.
Wow.
And, yeah. And one of my...
Because it looks, yeah, I thought you...
Yeah, it looks real. It looks like beads. And actually I like it better because I can do more with it. And, you know, and if I make a mistake, I just take my knife, scrape it up, and do it again.
Oh.
You know?
Well, that's my kind of...
Yeah, yeah. I have to have goof-proof stuff.
Yeah. I say, you know, you can always do it over, right?
Right.
And these are actual turquoise, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's little pieces of turquoise that I put in, and those take a long time to do.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
That must have taken a month at
Like
least.
I say, I have no art training, so I have patience.
I
have an infinite amount of patience, and that's what gets me over the hump with the lack of skill. That patience will get me over the
Well, now you have skill.
or the lack of experience.
Yeah,
I have the skill that hasn't had the experience yet. That's
yeah. Well, for someone with not very much experience, this is just gorgeous. Look at that! It's two pieces.
Most of these have lids.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them have lids, and I just like the freedom that this gives.
Oh, look at that!
And these all have lids on them.
And
I had to threaten my man card to do a purple.
I
hadn't done purple. I was teasing somebody about doing purple. And she went on and did an incredible thing. I told her, put purple on that first. She put purple on. I said, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, she came back with a masterpiece.
Oh.
And then she challenged me. She says, well, you have to try purple now. I said, yes, I will.
Well, it's, you know, color has no gender.
And then just a little carving on it after I got the colors on.
Oh, and you did some carving
And I
too.
used a crummy old gourd that had cracks and stuff in it. I tried to make that work. You know, I like to find ones that have blemishes because that's nature working with me, you know, and I'm working with nature. And
no, nature working with you. I like that.
Yeah, it's just, I'm trying to, nature doesn't care much about me, but I really care about nature. So anyway, like I said, I have fun. I do a lot of like cave. That's a tongue-in-cheek thing. I did that several years ago. The cave at the end there.
Oh,
and
look at that.
I hid that. I was ashamed of it after I did it for a while.
you're
There's a little wood carved people in there.
Oh.
And a little wood carved
them?
dog by the fireplace. You know.
Did you carve them?
Huh? Yeah, I carved them. Yeah.
Oh.
And anyway, I needed hair. So at that time I had hair down to here. So I went snip, snip, snip. I put it in the box. It says hair today, gone tomorrow, you know. And my boys are all grossed out. Dad, you used your hair on that? I said, yeah, just why?
I had heard that you had done something with human hair. I didn't know it was your own.
I said, I did it for chuckles, just to give you guys a bad time, you know.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about whiskers? What are you going to do about whiskers?
Whiskers? Oh, I already grew those. I didn't shave those. I didn't want to use that. And of course, I dyed some of it because that's my real color. I'm sorry to say that. And I have a little, but I had a lot of fun with that. It was one of the first ones I did. I did that maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, that is fun.
And I finally took it out of the mothballs. I had it in a bag out in my garage. I said, I might as well be good for grin and chuckles anyway.
Well, it's really fun. Now, what is this? Is this an ornament?
Yeah, just a little ornament, a little quickie ornament I did. I just wood burned it, did a little scene. And this is really one of my specialties. I do small country scenes on these little things. I call them story gourds because they all have a story. This is a little hunting scene, a man sitting there with his dog, and the birds are all flying out there, and I'm moving around, the camera's probably going nuts.
Tommy can do
So anyway, I just something I was playing with, and my inventory was getting low because I sold quite a bit of stuff. So I need to bring some things in here and start filling up the place.
Yeah. Well, I love the gecko, but I want to talk about your scene here.
Oh,
your
my
Western.
Americana. Yeah, that's one of the ones I started out with too, just doing Americana. And I was just practicing, learning my colors. And this is probably one of the first half a dozen or so that I tried. And I just wanted to, I found that I like to make illusions. If I do it, I find it really boring if I do every little detail.
Right.
But I want to make a suggestion and then let the viewer
viewer's eye.
go with it, what
Yes.
they see. You know,
Yes.
and so anyway, you don't see many orange horses, but he matches a pumpkin, and
Yeah.
you know, this guy was quite a man in his day. He had a matching horse and match his pumpkins.
Oh,
you know,
isn't
so
that
was-
something? Yeah.
Anyway, it's all fun stuff.
Yes,
And
that's
just,
one thing about art.
tongue in cheek. And
We can
yeah.
make it anything. We can
Yeah.
include things, exclude things,
right,
make stuff
right,
up.
right.
Yeah.
The thing I love about being in here, I learn so much from these other people. I tell people, no passport needed. You can go through the whole world when you come in this gallery.
That's right.
We have people in Tibet, we have people in Africa, we have people in Europe, and they've all, you know, started with something up here, and it moved through their heart, and it came out in their hands. And now it's hanging up as art.
And
so
you-
it's nice to be associated with them.
Right. Well, it's nice for them to be associated with you, too.
Well, thank you.
And thank you so much for letting us interview you today.
You're entirely welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
And you can find Aaron Bullock's work here at Sutter Creek Gallery.
Mhm.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.